Okay. And welcome back to the 3-Digit World Cup 2026, everyone. We're a bit late on this one, so I'm going to make this intro short. We've got Seed 1 United States going up against Seed 16 Austria-Hungary here in the first round. Round of 16. We've got the first pick, I believe, from Austria-Hungary, the Nomad 2, Wildest Dreams. I'm Miles, and joining me on the cast is JackPaX. What's up?
Hello again, everybody. You may remember my voice from the Canada-Philippines match, which was played earlier today at 16 UTC. Now, that was Seed 4 against Seed 13, and it ended up being a sweep, so hopefully here that won't be the case, which it currently... There's a very small lead on Austria-Hungary, so if it stays that way, it will not be a sweep. I should mention that Nomad 1 and Hidden 2, I believe, were the bans for USA and Austria-Hungary respectively. This Nomad 2 pick is probably Austria-Hungary's first pick, I don't remember. But you can see that they have 3 very confident combos, but the USA is obviously, you know, the best team in the tournament for most people, as proved by their Seed 1.
As I was saying before the match, I think Austria-Hungary actually has the skill set to pick into this matchup. There's a break from Akuma no Tenshi.
That's actually really bad.
Typically, in the early stages, don't like playing these Nomad 2s or these typical Nomad 1 or Hard Rock 1 DT1 aim maps, but Austria-Hungary, when they got top 8 this year, they largely did so off of those skill sets, so they're going to have a bit of a strength over weakness here on the US. But still, going into the ending here, the US just looks so strong. Flameseer and Bashiman and Pez all holding on to big combos. And it looks like 2 of those 3 will be the FC.
If Akuma no Tenshi didn't break there on that stream. But you know, Bashiman back to his stream roots. You gotta respect it.
Yeah, he was so good at streams in the past, or that's where he got most of his ranks when he was ranking up off these flow aim stream maps. A lot of people know him only as a gimmick player, but especially in these earlier rounds will be a massive player on these flow aim stream picks, as you can see with the FC. Fedora Goose with the FC on the side of Austria-Hungary, 5 100s, best AC in the lobby. Actually, I lied. That is a little bit below Flameseer's 99.71, but it was not to be for Austria-Hungary and USA, an early break point.
You really have to feel for them.
Yeah, just so close. And I mean, especially when you're on such a huge seed deficit. I mean, Seed 16 versus Seed 1, you really need to get on the board early, establish some momentum, pick your best maps first. But this one, unfortunately, not landing. And now USA with the next pick probably will go for something Hard Rock if I were to guess. Or the gimmick as well, because one thing about the player base of Austria that I learned when I had to pool their tournament last year was they don't really like Hidden, like, at all. And you can see that with the Hidden 2 ban, don't want to play the AR8, but the Hidden 1 kind of...
I think USA should just first pick HD1, honestly.
Yep, I agree. They should do that, and I think Defi is really good at that style of map, but not really anyone else on that team. But they're going to go for the Nomad 3, finger control, that was kind of awkward aim flow as well.
Generally, anything awkward this Austria-Hungary side is going to really struggle on. And the USA, even though historically they've been that team that usually relies on their mechanics rosters, in recent years they have really grown the gimmick roster out. And they've become more of a gimmick-oriented team even in the World Cups. Now you can see against Poland, I mean, sure, they could play the mechanics, right? But they did lose mechanics in the bracket reset and all that, but they just kept winning on all those unconventional maps. So I see in the course of this tournament that the USA will really rely on that core gimmick roster more than their mechanics.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, I think South Korea was really only the only team that could match the USA on gimmick, and they were just incredible at gimmick across all rank ranges. But now with a couple of their superstar gimmick players, I think most specifically Worst HR player being not active anymore, means that the USA, with the emergence of players like Ethan Tricks, are going to be almost uncontested on the gimmickier side of maps with Bashiman as well. Like, it's so hard to put together a gimmick roster that can beat the USA.
I honestly would say that the USA's biggest factor to that is Takedo, who, while he's good on everything, right? But his main forte at this point is his hidden. You know, any hidden maps in any pool, he's gonna probably be up there with the top 5 best players in the world on them. So I can say that that is the biggest asset that the USA has in this tournament.
Yeah, having good all-rounders matters so much when you only have 6 players on the roster and you can only put in 3 players per map, so you can only have so many specialists on the team, and Takedo, I think, has actually evolved into more of an all-rounder over the years. I saw, especially in last OWC, him going in for a lot more DT than he would usually go in for. And I think now I would almost call him like a hybrid speed player, like as his strength
He
in
can always
tournaments.
play speed. I think his biggest weakness was high AR historically, but I guess he's been working on that. But anyway, we're gonna be seeing Takedo and Ethan Tricks, who we mentioned earlier. I mean, Ethan Tricks obviously always having issues without hidden. Like, he has been a hidden preference player, but I guess in these World Cup tournaments, he's probably gonna bite the bullet and try and play these maps with Ilmon. We're gonna actually be seeing Takedo and Fedora Goose in this very early.
We also see Flamesteer coming in for the United States, another one of those, I think, strong all-rounder players who has been a staple of this 3-digit World Cup roster for the last couple of years, has just been improving really fast, but right now actually a very slight lead to Austria-Hungary with Defi, Akuma, no Tenchi, and Fedora Goose with the higher combo over Takedo. But a bit of an act drop is going to throw that over to the US. I think a lot of this is going to be determined by who breaks next, because we're reaching that dangerous middle point in the map.
Fedora Goose is going to be the one to find one.
And now Takedo's combo is going to start to take over as USA grows their score lead to about 40k, but not out of the woods just yet. Still, a couple FCs, Defi and Akuma no Tenchi will pounce if any of those FCs for the USA go down.
Well, you know, Ethan Tricks has always been one of these really solid gimmick players, but he's never been famed for his accuracy. And we can clearly see that that might take its toll on the USA if he breaks.
Yep, the Combo Gamer Deluxe.
Defi right there almost broke. Defi almost broke. I don't know if you noticed how close that was to being disastrous.
I was looking at Ethan, so I didn't see that, but accuracy is otherwise on the US looking really strong. Takedo and Flamesteer both around the 98. Meanwhile, Defi at 95, Akuma no Tenchi low 97. Starting to run out of time, just the ending of the map to go. Last 1/8 of the map, they need to see a miss right now. And there's
gonna be
one from
Takedo, but is there time? Is there time? They need one more.
Yeah, they needed one more, and the combos are still alive for Ethan and Flamesteer, just matching the 2 FCs on Austria.
It's not gonna happen though at this point. It's gonna be really close, but not gonna be enough. Oh, wait, Flamesteer breaks! The score is winningly done, but it's right at the death! Oh! It was really that second break from Fedora Goose that did them in. How unfortunate is that? 2 heartbreaking picks for Austria-Hungary. They could have realistically been 2-0 up.
Yeah, that's round of 16 for you. These maps, mid 6-star pool on some of these maps. This one just 6.3 stars. Everyone in this lobby should be able to FC this. It's just those 1-2 missed plays making the difference. And if that map were 10 more seconds long, this would easily be 1-1, as you said.
Could have even been 2-0 if you consider how close Nomad 2 was. It was that break from Akuma no Tenchi right at the death that, like, gave the United States the point. Not to take away from them, though, the US so far has been incredible. They have gotten 2 2-ways, of which the lowest score both times has been around 600k, which, you know, that is so tough to beat, even in such a low star range. We're going to be seeing BT3 from Austria-Hungary. They're going to keep going at those mechanics. They know their worth on them, and they want to show it to the world.
Yeah, that's how they got to top 8 last year, with these more conventional picks and the speed as well. Able to really shine on that skill set, and if they're gonna take points off USA in this matchup, I reckon it will be on a map like this. 270 BPM, I think a very conventional speed map, only AR 10.1, very accessible. I think something where between these 2 teams we could even be seeing an ACK battle potentially.
On an act battle, though, that'd be disadvantageous for the Austro-Hungarian team.
Well, I mean, if you have 3 FCs on your sheet on any map, you're gonna want to pick it in this tournament. I think you never want to bet on it being an act battle. You want to assume that hopefully your opponent breaks, because we've been seeing at least a few misses on every map so far. But
we have also seen teams struggle on this. More notably, if you watch the Filipino roster on this map, they had 2 B ranks. So even good players might trip up on these maps. 270 BPM is nothing to scoff at, even if in recent memory the wounding has made it look like that's not really the case.
Oh yeah, also to shout out, this is a custom map by Munchao. Thank you for the custom.
Always love to see a custom.
Yeah, I've got 3 customs in this map pool. Hidden 1, Hard Rock 2, and this map, DT3. And gonna see strong roster for Austria-Hungary, Fedora Goose, Z9A, and Akamono Tenshi. Meanwhile, USA, Pez, Flames Tier, and I would assume Taquito to take that 3rd spot, and there he is.
Z9A, I mean, I'd honestly be surprised if Fedora Goose would be in for this. I mean, I know that he's not bad on mechanics, but I didn't know he had 270 in him. Let's see.
Yeah, Fedora Goose, I know him to be a stream player, but I never really knew him to be a speed player, per se. But nonetheless, very strong roster for both teams. USA up 2-0. Austria-Hungary's 2nd pick. See how they can do on this one. Big act drop at the start for Z9A, but it's not going to mean too much.
Taquito actually going to find a really early break.
And no, this map will not be an act battle already with that break from Taquito. If Austria can 3-way this, they will win the pick.
I mean, I have seen someone break here before, so let's hope that doesn't happen again.
But USA actually manages to take the lead back.
Pez! Trades right after. Still though, the lead is pretty sizable considering that pretty early on in the map.
This one is on the shorter side though. Blink and you miss it. We're already halfway through this map, so Austria-Hungary is going to be able to take a lead here.
Need to grow that lead as much as possible though.
It's short enough that the USA can take it back just off of accuracy. Z9A is really not doing his team any favors at 92%, and he finds another drop as we get into the Ki here. The USA will take it back, even with the combo disadvantage. But as Pez builds back up, Taquito and Flames here gonna do the work. USA, 50k, 60k in the lead, and exploding.
Still ever so close. They need 1 break from the USA, and this swings right over.
But the map is already so close to done. Wait, there goes Pez.
Misses!
At the very end.
The lead is flying over, though. The lead is flying over. Can he keep going? There is a little bit of filler here. I don't reckon one of the USA players is going to miss here. But still, is there enough time?
It's going to be so close. 20k, 10k. It's a stream. 6k, 5k.
Oh my god, no!
Again,
Oh my
god,
no!
Saved by the bell.
Heartbreaking.
It is time to go home. 3-0 USA, another break point. It was so close for Austria-Hungary. One more, just 2 more seconds of the map, and it would have flipped over.
Can we talk about how Austria-Hungary could have been 3-0 up if their luck was just better in this match? What is happening?
It's just unfortunate occurrences for Team Austria-Hungary right now. 5k, as close as you can get, and I'll stand corrected. You know, I'm used to seeing early stage speed maps just get completely demolished. I just looked at this in the editor for 10 seconds. I was like, this is gonna be an act battle. Nope.
Wait. I mean, I think if Austria-Hungary was 3-0 up right now, that would break the fucking Twitch chat. Sorry for the swear words, my bad.
That'd be insane. I mean, it's just unfortunate.
That would absolutely break the Twitch chat. people would go nuts if they tuned into the Seed 1 versus Seed 16. And they would see the Seed 16 having 3 points. But there we go.
Here's the hidden one. As expected, USA picking into that hidden weakness for Team Austria-Hungary. And USA,
yeah.
they do have extremely strong hidden players as well. It's not just a pick into a weakness. Like, you get to unleash Ethan, Trix, and Taquito on this map.
I mean, who's their third on this? Realistically, would be Decaden, maybe?
Yeah, I think it would be Decaden, but as I actually just saw mentioned in Twitch chat, Decaden has not yet played a single map this tournament, which may not be a concern right now, but as the tourney goes on, you want to see him show up, because back in World Cup, he was arguably the USA's strongest player on grand stage. So you want to see him get rolling quickly in 3WC.
I mean, he was the strongest along. You know what we didn't mention earlier is that the USA has never been a one-man team, like one-man super carry or two-man super carry. US has 4 solid players on every map. They don't have someone that's far and away the best on something. But as a unit, they're so... They strike fear into their opponents every time.
That's what makes it really tough to pick into them, because it's rare for you to know exactly which one of them is going to be popping off on any given map. Like, on teams with super carries, you can just pick into the super carries' weaknesses, but for a team like USA, where every player is extremely well-rounded, you never know which one is going to surprise you on any given map. But here we go into the hidden one. As I mentioned a couple times, I think Austria-Hungary does not like playing hidden, but if there's one player to shout out on something like this, it might be Defi. If they're going to have a miracle happen on this, it might be by his tablet pen.
I would say Fedora Goose is also relatively good on the hidden picks.
But this USA roster just looks so lethal on this. Taquito, Ethan, Trix, and Boshi Man. Gonna look to go up by 4 on this as we see early breaks galore for Austria-Hungary. Fedora Goose and Defi on the same pattern. But this one's on the longer side, 3.5 minutes. Not gonna be suffering too badly from early misses.
But you know, Ethan Trix, his rise in recent memory has been unbelievable. Taquito and Agumon no Tenchi. Agumon no Tenchi was actually the last FC on Austria-Hungary, so that's a very bad trade for them. But at least they have 2 recoveries on their side.
And shout out Need for Speed Most Wanted and this custom map by Stupid Femboy. We get into the first PI section. Ethan Trix and Boshi Man with the FCs, as Fedora Goose and Defi with their re-established combos are gonna be holding this score lead to just about 60k.
This mapper's name top 10 worst usernames right now.
I don't disagree.
Either way, what I wanted to say earlier was Ethan has had a meteoric rise in tournaments lately. I mean, if you compare what his stock was around 2 years ago, then you would see that he has absolutely tore up tournaments lately, and he's made a name for himself. And rightly so. He's become a mainstay in these USA teams. And now, he's essentially the guy to look for on these types of maps like Hidden 1, still holding the FC. Boshi Man being the veteran, being the one who's seen it all since, I want to say, around 2020, started getting into the team. But Ethan is going to be the one to find the break.
And now, Austria-Hungary with a massive combo lead. Defi and Fedora Goose almost FCing Boshi Man and Taquito, basically equalizing the combo, but Agumon no Tenchi with the 600 combo is going to be what starts stealing the lead, but quarter of the map to go. They can't really afford any drops, I think.
But they, oh my god! Oh my god, they know it's possible! They know it's possible, but Defi broke! No!
Taquito versus Fedora Goose, it's a 200 combo lead for Fedora Goose, but that's not going to be enough to pull the lead back. The two
They
breaks.
saw the leaderboard. That's what did them in. They saw the leaderboard. But they need Taquito to break. Needing Taquito to break is a fate worse than death. Because he just won't. He won't. Akuma no Tenchi. He's gonna find yet another miss. That score is never dwindling down, but he misses!
Hold on.
It's all up for Tora Goose!
The Goose is on the loose.
Right at the end!
Combo.
The score goes down. Can he take it back? No! No! No!
Oh my god, Austria-Hungary is
There's
cursed.
definitely but another break! Oh my god, not again! Not again!
They're cursed.
Not again! Not
How
again!
can this happen to a team this many times in a best of 9 match?
4 times!
So close, so close. 24K, and the United States escapes again with a full team wipe from Austria-Hungary at the end. The script writers are out to get Austria-Hungary today, man.
Absolute heartbreak. They don't deserve this. They don't. They really don't. In another world, they'd be 4-0 up now. Oh my goodness. Seed 16. May the Lord be with whoever's facing them in loser's bracket, if they do end up going there. I mean, the way this match has gone, they could just turn it back around, go like 6-4 or something. I don't know what's happening.
It's just so tragic, and I said best of 9. It's actually best of 11, so USA has to get to 6 to win, so Austria-Hungary guaranteed at least one more pick in this match. But USA, wonder where they go with their next pick here. I could see them going potentially for a free mod map, or also even maybe a no mod 4.
You can feel Brazil and Iberia licking their lips, looking at the USA. Almost like they could have been dwindling right now, completely. They could have been in the gutter. They have just gotten unbelievably lucky. Austria-Hungary has had a really good showing today, even if the scoreline doesn't show it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, this is much of the roster that made top 8 last year, so I don't think anyone's doubting their strength, maybe just not having a very good time on the
Last year, and they dropped 8 seeds. So, I don't know what's going on this year. I think everyone just locked in.
Everyone is locked in, and players who have to lock in on this map, Fedora Goose, Z9A, and Akuma no Tenchi, try to get on the board for Austria. locking in yet another FC. The USA up 5-0.
At least this time the lead was convincing enough, but Austria-Hungary is going to feel pretty bad. They had those 3 early breaks. Gnaw away at them the whole map.
2 100s from Flamesteer. That is an incredible run from him. And good runs from Austria-Hungary overall as well. Lowest run being 780k.
So
The Goose has been on the loose this match.
No, I feel so bad because
On so many picks this match, it's tough to really shut out your opponent like this. Austria-Hungary just being the least lucky team I've ever seen means they're down 5-0. And you say gonna pick Fremont 1, kind of awkward alt map.
I mean, based on hidden 1, then yeah, it does make sense because they're probably banking on one of the hiddens for Austria-Hungary to be struggling. But then again, surely one of the no-mods or the HRs are going to be good on this map. So still, they are playing a very dangerous game with this pick. Is what I would be saying if they weren't 5-0 up. That's the only issue right now. They're coasting on mentality. They know that they probably have a lead that was gained by Virtual Block, to be honest. Not that they played badly, right? But surely they know in their heads that, like, okay, we're in a very good position and we're lucky to be in this position. It kind of takes the nerves off of you if you're a player in that situation.
I don't know if I would say, or I don't know if these two things are connected. I think Austria-Hungary has been more unlucky than United States has been lucky. Like,
yeah, we can say that too.
Because they're just breaking in the worst possible moments to let the USA survive when they're about to take leads back at the end. And just running out of time by like 1 second, like, it's tough. I mean, you know, you could say those are connected. But yeah, this map, I played this map a bunch. I'd say it's pretty tough to be consistent on with mods. Like, you just miss on random things, but the mod roster for USA is just gonna look really, really good on this. Pez on Hard Rock, Ethan Tricks hidden. For Austria-Hungary, probably expect Goose to take either, Goose could take anything, actually. I don't know. Maybe Z9A on Hard Rock.
I mean, there's a whole host of mods that they could take. I was surprised that Austria-Hungary never ventured into the free mods, because I feel like they do have variety. All players could take any mod, realistically. Like, yeah, it will be Fedora Goose on no mod if they don't over mod. But we can see that Akuma no Tenchi is going to be the one taking hidden. Is that 9A the one on Hard Rock? Okay, no overmods on either team. Fair enough. Pez is going to be on the HR for the USA, Ethan Tricks on hidden, and Boschman no modded. We know that Boschman loves no mod on these free mod picks, as evidenced by so many carry potentials, or like straight up carry performances that he's done for the USA in recent memory in the Ulster World Cup. Most notably R176, if you remember, Miles.
Oh, that was his hero moment, and he's just had a lot of these hero moments, especially in late runs of matches. But for this map in particular, I think we're going to be seeing the majority of breaks on those cut doubles into snap patterns that you're going to see a lot of in the Ki sections. But this map ultimately, I think, is just a focus / consistency check, being almost 4 minutes. Just a map where you could get annihilated by a random miss that you don't expect.
Okay, but how does Ethan have 99.52 right now?
Because he's got hidden.
Oh, he did have hidden on HQ.
True.
That being said, everyone in the lobby has really good eye catch. Pez is going to be the first to break, meaning soon enough this will be an Austria-Hungarian lead. And they all hold through that first Ki. Let's see. Do they hold on in this intermission section as well?
They're all looking so strong so far. Three-way FC still alive. The USA still with 2 FCs alive as well. They need to hold on to those combos like their lives depend on it.
Oh my god.
Only break so far on Pez. We're 2 minutes into the map just about. And with just 1 miss, but we're about to get into another Ki section. We're
Even
gonna
these
see another
parts
miss.
are kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, you see those cut doubles. They still exist here as well. It's so easy to just miss-aim one of those and find a break. Here we go, chorus.
Nerves are probably high right now, and Z9A is going to be the one to take the brunt of it.
And trading out that Pez miss. Both HRs go down, but there goes Fedora Goose.
On the no mod as well. Very detrimental.
And Akamino Tenchi on the slow part.
No. Look away, everyone. Look away. This is brutal. Look away. It doesn't matter if Pez breaks. It doesn't matter. The USA will run away with it now, and there's no hope for Austria-Hungary to even get a point, and undeservedly so. They've done so well in this match, only to take the brunt of the USA. Absolutely demolishing everything. In actuality, that 5k score lead ended the match.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to come back from something like that. And USA going into the ending. Nomad and Hidden, Ethan and Bashi, both looking so strong. Looks like they're going to get to move on to the quarterfinals on the winner's side.
But what this pick proves is that, I mean, it's no proof. Like, the USA, even if some of those close picks didn't go their way, they would have definitely closed out this match.
Seed 1 versus Seed 16, and USA definitely with a chip on their shoulder after losing OWC last couple years, after losing 3WC the last 3 years. Now being the first seed in the tournament, are going to start to try to run it back to that grand finals. Their campaign starts here.
But really, a lot of those picks were nail biters. There was definitely a world where the USA really had to look over their shoulder and think, huh, maybe we need to step up our game a little bit for the next matches. So, well, may the Lord be with Brazil or Iberia, who have to face sort of angered USA after this match.
Yep, but for us, that's going to be the end of the Saturday block of matches. Our next match is going to be tomorrow at 13 UTC, Seed 7 Romania versus Seed 10 Australia. As this is GG well played for USA versus Austria-Hungary. As mentioned, will be facing the winner of Brazil and Iberia, and Austria-Hungary will be facing the loser of that match. And what's sure to be, I think, both good matches with how Austria-Hungary played here. They were so close to getting a point off USA, just coming short, so close. But that's going to do it for us here. I'm Miles with JackPaX, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next bout of action in 3-Digit World Cup.
Goodbye, everybody.